Well, I know an artist that you definitely need to check out. Our guest for Strike a Chord is singer and songwriter Scott Collins, joins the Chris Collins Show live from Austin, Texas. How's it going, Scott?
Going great. So good to be here.
I just love your setup. I mean, I know Mike was not in tune with what the Twitch streaming world is, but you look very much like you're engaged in that world. Are you?
Not at all. No, not at all. I was one of those like way back in the day. My manager had to drag me to my old manager, drag me to get a phone, a smartphone. I'm way behind on everything, so I know what it is. I'm aware of Twitch and all that, but no, this is just my vibe. We were recording. You lost me.
Hey, now we know it's definitely a phone.
It's live.
No, that's too funny, man.
Yes. Wow. Yeah. Anyway, man. My studio in Austin, Peter Run Studios, and I had this old light that I got for a Christmas thing. Anyway, so yeah.
No, I think it's groovy. I even see the lights on the keyboard, which I've never seen before. I think that's so groovy. But yeah, Scott, I mean,
and I got these little finger lights that didn't work, so I was like, oh, I'll put them right here.
No, those are groovy, man. But you know what? The one thing that I really love about your music is your lyrical content. You know, it's full of emotion and storytelling. And I really wanted to read off one of your lyrics, which was, yeah, cool. You effing with some wet-ass P-word. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet-ass P-word. Give me everything you got for this wet. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong thing. My apologies. I have a bad case of WAP. So for your song, Headed North, how did that become to be?
Headed North, it was kind of like a lot of my songs where they purge out. Like I'll come up with a melody and, well, actually first, let's talk about working with Cardi B. And I had a wonderful time on that, just saying. But, yeah, no, man.
You've worked with Cardi B before?
No, I'm kidding. I was just playing.
I hate you. I got all excited.
No. No, not yet. I had someone tell me they were going to bring Kanye to the studio, but that never happened. But anyway, Headed North, I wrote right before a tour, Northwest, Midwest, and Pacific Northwest tour. And it just changed every single night on tour because I wrote it right before and it purged out of me as a lot of my songs do. I'll just start playing a melody and all of a sudden these lyrics will just, I'll say something out loud and then I'll follow the story of that lyric and then mold it into a theme and a story. And it, so it just came out and then it changed every single night on tour. By the time I got in the studio, the Bubble here in Austin with Frenchie Smith and Einar Peterson, we turned it into the CD album version.
And I think that's really cool. And so, you were obviously talking about that evolution that happens when you're on tour, but how did it start to progress once you started actually getting into the recording studio? Because I'm sure there were certain elements that you were thinking about that didn't necessarily transpire until you got into that studio.
Yeah, I go into the studio like that every time, ready for my songs to be Frankenstein. Like maybe a chorus is a verse, or I have to rewrite an entire different chorus, or take out the falsetto and all these licks, simplify it. Working with Einar and Frenchie, it really helps us put these songs together in the very, not concise, but like just very contained and streamlined. And so, yeah.
Do you find it a frustrating process being in the studio when everybody's kind of nitpicking you love it? And is it very therapeutic or?
I'm just so open to my songs being purged out of myself, whatever spirit's helping me, Hank Williams' cousin, sisters, brothers, roommate, whatever is floating around.
I love it.
I'm so into that I love collaboration. So when I get into the studio, especially with people that I respect who have, Einar Peterson plays with The Fray, he played with Kelly Clarkson, Frenchie's a Grammy-nominated producer, worked with Jet and the Toadies and all this stuff. So it's like I trust them, I have faith in them, and I know that what came out of me isn't for me anymore. Now that I wrote the song, it's for everybody else. So let's use these professional minds to mold the song into the best song it can be. And living in this world that we are, it's also then catered towards and the best radio song.
I love that. I really do think, Scott, you put it in the best way possible. And like you said, Headed North, your single, it is for everyone. And let's check out that song right now for the listening audience on the Chris Collins Show right now here on Facebook Live. Let's check it out. This is Scott Collins, and the song is called Headed North.
Okay, turn off your screens, please. Here we are.
Oh, my sleeping darling, buy me some time and shut your eyes, for I'm home but lost inside of these walls. Oh, my sleeping darling, you're safe inside. Can shut your eyes if you want to, for you will wake up on the other side of these walls. Forecast is cold, we are headed north, my head feels dull. We're driving after dark. Oh, my sleeping darling, you're safe tonight. Just rest with the water, for I am the yours on other sides of these walls. Forecast is cold, we are headed north, my head feels dull. We're driving after dark. Forecast is cold, we are headed north, my head feels dull. We're driving after dark.
So that was the title track to Scott Collins' new EP that's going to be dropping real soon, Headed North. And you know what the really cool part is? Scott, you were actually really nice enough to actually give us a little teaser of one of the upcoming singles that's going to be dropping on Headed North. So if you want to give us a little background on that song that's called After the Show.
Yeah, so actually the EP itself is released. I released it for a week early on Bandcamp to run an experiment to see if anyone actually just bought music instead of streaming it. And then it came out, and what I did to give the EP life and be able to release each individual song, just because we're in a pandemic, I had to do it a little different. I came up with these idea for the animated lyric videos, working with Cole Burris. After the Show, that does drop on, what month? August, September 1st. And yeah, After the Show's a really cool one. That song I wrote on tour in Kansas City, Missouri. I woke up early before everybody. I got my head on, and I made some coffee, and I just sat down and I just started kind of purging the song. And I thought about my friend Sabrina Ellis in a band, A Giant Dog, here in town, and Sweet Spirit. And she'd tell me about life on the road, being a female and touring, and all these kind of hard, tough parts of it. It's really great coming off stage and then a sea of people grab you. and the band's grabbing the gear out the back, and you're like, I don't want to be in this sea of people. But I put some of that into the song just because that narrative was going through my head. And then for the chorus, I just came up with that. It just was funny to me. The, you know, you had.
Well, we got a little snippet of that teaser. So Marissa, let's play it for the listening audience right now.
Here you go.
Guided by your fortune, lost when you found hope, but you're better now, off on your own. Everybody holds you.
Yeah.
You burnt, you spilled your soul.
Very
And
upbeat.
the band is gone, but they never let you go.
I mean, I wish we could play the full song, but hey, you guys already know the drill. It's already on Bandcamp a week early. If you want to go and support Scott Collins, pick up that record because it's amazing because this guy is one of a kind. I was doing a deep dive research on you, Scott Collins, and I was quite amazed by this because there are fans in Austin, Texas, including the mayor that declared January 31st to be called Scott Collins Day in the month of 2019. How did this all happen?
Email. No, well,
That's amazing.
I was like, what? I could just email any mayor I want and just be like, hey, yo, man, I want a Chris Collins show day.
maybe try your mayor first. I am going to reach out. I do have a plan to reach out to Chicago at some point, being born there, and see how they might feel about it. But I met the mayor at an event, and I just went right up to him and was like, hi, I'm Scott Collins. I do this, I do that. You know, I'm in music. And I just said the right thing to where then the mayor tweeted about me. And he gave me his card. Once he tweeted about me, like Austin is built on musicians like Scott Collins. And I emailed him, stayed in touch, just gave update. And then finally I have a bunch of friends with days. So I was like, hey, how do you get a day in town? Just an email. And he was like, well, someone was like, you got to play in front of city council. And are you available January 31st, 2019? I was like, yeah, I am. Thinking that was like the audition. I'd play in front of city council and they'd be like, yay or nay. No, then with January 31st, Scott Collins Day. I gave him a resume.
That's actually
so amazing.
That's actually very interesting because I would have thought that like all it takes is just
you want something, email. Just go to the person. Just ask them, and then don't ever ask again. Just use patient persistence. Only give updates. That's how I
think that's hilarious because I'm always making fun of with Marissa. I'm like, there's a holiday for everything nowadays. I mean, there's left-handed day. There's, I don't even know. There might be an Uno day. Go pick up a deck of cards. It's so weird. I think that's fascinating on a level. And it's actually very cool because you're right. I mean, Austin, Texas, it is known as one of those cities with that music genre, and I think that's a big honor, my friend, and you deserve it. And I know we're going to be playing you one of your music videos that I absolutely love that we were giving teasers out early on our Instagram channel, Chris Collins Show, and we're going to be playing that music video right now off your EP Roadmaps, and this song is called Something Different Here.
Gone, and I'm weightless. Shadows from the sun project my likeness. Do you feel it? It's like a lightness. It's coming on you. You're gonna like it now. Yo, you ain't gone yet. Just somewhere distant. There's something different, here. Yo, you ain't gone yet. Somewhere distant, there's something different My fight is on, got this. I'm a falling sun. You know I got this. Do you feel it? It's like a lightness. It's coming on you. You're gonna like it now. Yeah, we ain't going yet. Just somewhere distant. There's something different, different here. Yeah, we ain't going yet. Just somewhere distant. There's something different, different Ain't going yet. Just somewhere distant. There's something different. Something different, different here. Yeah, we ain't going yet. Just somewhere distant. There's something different, different. You know I got this.
Man, that is such a great song, and I love the music video visuals. But that was Scott Collins. That song is called Something Different Here. Man, where was that shot at? I really do find that one of the best music videos I've seen in a long time on this show, at least. I really think it was very well done, my friend.
Yeah, I was very lucky. So the bad guy in the I want to call it a movie, is my friend Jason Patton. He's been recording at my studio, Chicken Run, for a while, and he had a 46-acre lot to shoot all of it. And the director that I worked with it was just him, another person, and just me and Jason, the other actor, just a 4-person crew, and we got down and dirty on it. And yeah, like he dug 2 graves. Which is he said it.
Hey, no lie, they call that in the film world a skeleton crew, and that's what it really looked like. I mean, it's a really well done. I love it because, you know, when I was checking it out, it's like I can tell that you have so much of a musical background. Like like myself, I'm into the whole disco all the way to the hard rock, heavy metal scene. And my parents will always make fun of me and go, "Why are you listening to that crap?" And it's because I got a large music library. Okay. I listen to the same music as you guys too. And I have the same feeling. You're the same way, Scott.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I write folk and I only listen to hip hop and rap mainly, but, honestly, I'm obsessed with it. But, yeah, I've listened to everything my whole life. Being born in Chicago and moving to Austin, I equate it to that, of just feeling like I was coming from a different country and being treated like it. Like, people were coming from Chicago to Austin in elementary school was weird. So I just started becoming open to everything. And I think a lot of my music comes from that Chicago heart and Texas, soul, being raised here.
Because I do find it very unique that you said you got a very strong listening background. You're like, I'm very much engaged in the hip hop and rap world. But a lot of people, I mean, at least myself, it's like I'm kind of shocked on a level. Like, how did you progress into that folk world? Was it because of Austin, Texas?
No, for me, it was just being able to write and play music. I put myself in rehab when I was in grad school, and I dropped out. And when I dropped out, I was like, all right, I mean, I did it for music, so I had to fake it till I made it. I told people I was a guitar player, and then when I was playing with people, I was like, well, I could do this myself. I just need to, I was writing songs, and I just needed to teach myself how to sing and play at the same time. Once I did that, I just started my whole career, and what comes out of me are these folk stories. And then, yeah, I listened to hip hop because I was raised on it. I was playing basketball out in L.A., Compton, Watts, Santa Barbara. My brother and I were the only 2 white kids on a basketball team that would travel every single summer and play all over California. And so we were just in a bus like a band and in hotel rooms like a band. And I just fell in love with all of it. And, yeah. I love stories and I love emotion. So if you got emo and rap, don't combine. I like that.
I like that, my friend. And you know what? If you had one message to give to the listening audience right now here tuning into the Chris Collins Show, what would that be?
Yeah, I was gonna say something BLM, but one thing I said after my first tour of the full East Coast Midwest is I would just wave at people that I'd never seen, just I would reach out to people and just say, hey, how you doing? Hope, hi. And they were just shocked that, so what I say is say hello to somebody from a safe distance if you go out that you would have never said hi to before. Like, reach outside of yourself and show that kindness just to show someone else that you acknowledge that they are also here on this planet.
I think that's a powerful message, especially when we do eventually get out of this. We are, going to have normalcy back in this world.
Right.
And I definitely agree with you, Scott. I think we need more of that kind of positivity going around on this earth. And, and that's why I want to leave us enough time because, especially when I was listening to your song, My Home, Chicago, it really touched deep with myself. And I say, let's let the music explain for itself. This song is called My Home, Chicago. It's off your EP. Let's start here.
I wasn't raised by no river, born in the suburbs of Illinois. I was taken from my home, too young to know, when I was still just a boy. So I hold my breath the day I can rest, and I live to know that I'll be gone, off to somewhere just like all those places in my mind, and I will call it home, my old home, Chicago. I never lied where I came from. Texas had its place for me. To find a home deep in my soul, I must know the world as a whole. So I hold my breath the day I can rest, and I live to know that I'll be gone, off to somewhere just like all those places in my mind, and I will call it home, my old home, my old home, my old home, Chicago. So I hold my breath the day I can rest, and I live to know that I'll be gone, off to somewhere just like all those places in my mind, and I will call it home, my old home, my old home, my old home, Chicago.
Oh man, I just love that song, Scott, because it really it makes me think about the future. I just turned 27. I'm thinking about that next trek in life, And, I always have a fear, on a level, like I'm sure with every other kid, like myself, where, it's like, sometimes you do want to get out of the States. Sometimes you want to just move on. And I know it's got to not be easy for yourself going from Chicago to Austin, Texas. So for your message for anybody that's kind of sitting at home, kind of contemplating now about what they want to do in the future, what is that message for them?
I'd say do everything that you thought you were afraid of. Be brave, go out, see the world when you can, because it is invaluable. What I get from touring, watching that made me want to cry. I miss touring so much, and it wasn't about
I know.
all of the people that I met. It's just and getting to see all the different worlds and cultures. Yeah.
I agree with you, Scott, and hopefully we can get you out there on tour as soon as possible, because hopefully we can beat this COVID, because that's the first concert I want to be seeing is Scott Collins, and we appreciate your time joining us for Strike a Chord. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.